So, you think you're going to get a protective order served on you? It's an upsetting process. Let me give you an idea of what to expect. You'll be home, and the sheriffs will come to your house. You'll be given a few minutes to gather your stuff and leave. So hopefully you're listening to this before that happens. Think about what you want to take. Make sure you take your laptop or your tablet. Make sure you take your cell phone. And make sure you take anything that you don't want your spouse or accuser to see or to take. Any kind of evidence that might not play in your favor. Make sure you take that along with your clothes. That's the most important thing. And then of course you're going to cooperate with the sheriffs. They're going to tell you and they're going to explain to you, you cannot contact the accuser, you cannot go near the accuser, and you should not. And by contact, understanding what contact means is really important. You can't call them, you can't text them, you can't email them, and you can't ask somebody else to do that for you. It's the same thing as contacting them, so just don't do it. Sit back. That's what you should not do. And the reason you should not do that is because it's a crime. It's way worse than what you're accused of in the protective order. And the consequences for the crime can be worse than the consequences that you're looking at from the protective order. It can land you in jail. And the courts take violations of protective orders very, very seriously. It's a chance. So you need to play by the rules for this one. What you need to do is get a lawyer fast. And the reason I'm saying fast is because this process is fast. Let me tell you a little bit about the process. It starts with the accuser going and making allegations of abuse. It's not necessarily physical abuse, but that's really almost always what the courts are looking for. It can be other types of abuse. Punching, rape, kicking, pushing, that type of thing. It's some kind of violence. So the accuser goes to court and fills out a petition and lays out what they're saying against the perpetrator. That petition is then scurried through the court, it's put in front of a judge, and a very fast hearing is conducted. If the accuser just verbally makes out enough that it meets the definition of abuse, an order is issued and it will be served on you by the sheriff. They will come to your house and remove you from the house. For that period of time, usually the accuser, I'm assuming you're living together, usually the accuser is not there. If you're living separate and apart, you will not be removed from your house and you don't need to worry about that. So within a week, usually 7 days after that initial order is issued that you're not present for, 7 days later, a hearing is conducted in court in front of a different judge. That is what you need to be prepared for. You only have a week to do it. Get a lawyer immediately because people don't have the freedom. You need representation. The first thing you're going to have to do is make a decision. Am I going to consent to an order being entered, or am I going to contest the order? There are reasons you may want to consent. First of all, if the abuse happened, like for instance, if this person has a black eye and a broken arm, you definitely want to consent if you're the one who did it. So if they can prove the abuse, or if it's likely that it happened, or if there are witnesses, don't contest it. Consent to it. The benefits of consenting is that there's no finding. Like a judge didn't sit there and say, okay, you're consenting. I find you responsible for the acts alleged in this petition. No such finding is reached. Also, you consenting is not anywhere equal to an admission. It's simply saying, I don't want to go near this person. I am absolutely willing to stay away. So that's one of the benefits of consenting. There are consequences to consenting. A protective order is a very serious order. That order, if you violate it, puts you in harm's way of criminal allegations and criminal prosecution, as well as incarceration. Again, violations of protective orders are taken very, very seriously. So you'll have an order in place where you've agreed to not telephone, not speak, not text, email, and to stay away from this person. All this person has to do is accuse you of doing that. Maybe they see you in the same place where they are and you didn't leave. The next thing you know, you have a criminal violation and you're defending yourself against a crime in court. So it's a powerful order. I think it's the biggest consequence. It also can result in you paying maintenance to the person. It may result in the other person getting custody. If you have children in common, getting custody of the children. Don't take it lightly. Consenting to an order, the order is still an order with as much strength as a contested order. You contest the domestic violence if it's unreasonable, if it's not true, and you fight it. If you're going to do that, you need to prepare for it. It's a mini trial, and it's very often the trials can be long. And as prepared as you are, that's going to determine the outcome. You may need witnesses. This person may be the more violent person, the accuser. You need to figure all of that out. A protective order is usually given for a year. It's a long time to stay away. Another thing that you should know about a protective order is it's a public record. In fact, once that petition is filed, the petition is a public record. So if you have security clearance or if somebody does a background check on you, they're going to find out. Protective orders are serious, it's traumatic, it's stressful. Take care of it right away. If you are served with a protective order, please do what I'm suggesting. Get the most important stuff out of the house. Get in touch with a lawyer right away. We do a lot of that work here. Give us a call. We'll help.